There's a blinking light. Are we live? Thanks for the heads up, wanker. Oh, hi, welcome everybody, welcome. I totally didn't see you there as I was getting down on some of my jams. Yes, I make my own jams in my head. Welcome to another Fall of Fail Army update, your loving place for all things VR news related. FoFA News is here for the day of August, actually, I don't know when I'm going to record this and put it out, so it's across multiple days. So we'll just say today. Today's news update will be talking about different subjects, including one thing that we've actually talked about before, which is Bigscreen. The Bigscreen beta, as I would like to call it, is actually going to officially host the International 2019 DOTA 2 tournament next week. So they have been keeping the promises and making some serious headway and apparently some serious relationships. That is not bad. Well done there, I have to say. Also, we're going to talk quickly about the Cyberpunk VR MMO Zenith. And it's okay if you haven't heard it because it's not even out yet, and the only thing that was announced about it was its Kickstarter, which both launched and surpassed its goal in 4 hours. That's pretty exciting, and we're going to get into that as well. And for those of you PSVR and Rockstar fans, hang on to your seats, because LA Noire, the VR case files, was leaked as being rated on a UK website. That's right, it is on the way. We can all draw micro penises on our notepads in joyous glee. Also in the news, Project Cars is coming to VR arcades with Synthesis VR. For those of you that don't know what Synthesis VR is, have no worries, because we will be talking about that as well. Now, for all you Max Payne, Matrix, and slowmo time aficionados / fans, we have a small review on TimeStall, which has been quoted as been saying physics for fun. Let's see, we will be talking about some of the minor and not so minor issues concerning the No Man's Sky VR update, which plenty of people are talking about, and we're going to lightly discuss Dexmo, which will not surprise me if no one's heard, because I did not hear about them until this announcement, and they've been working apparently on force feedback haptic gloves, or I guess the correct term would be haptic force feedback gloves, tomato tomato. And they claim they are wireless, but they also claim to be compact. And after seeing someone wearing these things, I've seen better compact cars that someone were wearing on their hands than these gloves. Also, in Oculus news, for all you fans out there, you might already know this, but the last founding father, and, you know, people who creative minds basically behind the development and creation of Oculus, is leaving Facebook, which puts the entire future of Oculus up in the air. Who knows what's going to happen now? Could be good, could be bad. Good discussion point that we might leave off on, depending on how we follow what I literally just read off. I have no order in particular, because apparently someone's having fun with the editing. I would like to get my hands around the neck, but I would like to put my hands up in the air and say thank you, all of you who are tuning in for our news updates. Yeah, that's going on silent as of now. Oh my, oh, and we're back, we're live. I see the blinky flashy light thing. And welcome back. We are here with some of that news we've just so anxiously ramped up the last 3 to 5 minutes or so. And we're going to jump right in. Today's news article starting off with Bigscreen, which is now Bigscreen Beta. I read it in the headline. And it's going to officially host the International 2019 DOTA 2 tournament next week. And that is pretty serious. They are making some serious partnerships. They're making a lot of headway in the promises they kept about expansion and possibly being available on all available platforms. The only one missing, I want to say, is the PSVR. And that's still, time will tell. That still could happen. You never know. As Bigscreen has been rolling out the updates for the cross-platform app, the most notable being the July's Bigscreen TV feature, this has allowed the app to become more than just a screen-sharing social app, evolving it into an entertainment portal. And by hosting this tournament, we see that as being very factual and true. And I have to say, very well done, lads. And I would also like to know that this is not the first time that Valve have streamed the competition to virtual reality, originally experimenting with the feature in 2016 for the HTC Vive owners, ding ding ding, I forgot which corner it's in, unless it's on my forehead. Anyway, this opens up the tournament to like more viewers, thanks to the app support of multiple platforms, including HTC Vive, the Valve Index, Windows Mixed Reality, Oculus Rift, Oculus Go, Oculus Quest, all the Oculus stuff, and Samsung Gear VR. Again, like I said, the only one missing from that list is the PSVR. Nod your way, guys. Nod. Yeah. Also, watching the International 2019 Dota 2 tournament live via Bigscreen beta also means you can customize avatars, change your visual environments, and voice chat with other friends, and of course the Dota 2 fans. And I would like to throw in one more piece of juicy tidbit information in case you are interested in watching this in any way, shape, or form. The schedule is as follows. From the 15th to the 18th of August, there will be the group stage, at least on the big screen, featuring 18 teams divided into 2 groups. From the 20th to the 24th of August, there will be, of course, the main event. And then on the 25th is, of course, the finals, with the first place taking home $14 million, which is not a bad down house payment. Unless, of course, you're living in San Francisco, and that might be able to get you a 1-bedroom apartment for a year. Anyway. That's also not all Bigscreen beta has planned, and I want to quote the CEO and founder saying, "As Bigscreen makes bigger push towards esports, we plan to create an e-stadium virtual environment where fans can gather and together to cheer for their own favorite teams, among other stuff." I want to say that's it. We have more, right? No, that's it. It's a rather short article. Yeah. Next. And kablooey, we are back, and the next piece of news, and yes, it looks like we decided to stay on track and keep this going with the order of announcement unless someone else has other plans. We're going to talk now about Zenith. Zenith is the VR MMO that is currently in Kickstarter status. However, for someone who is only asking for a moderate $25,000, as of literally this recording, as I refresh here, they have made over 109,000 buckaroos. That is quite a lot of cash for a game that was asking for like under 1/4 of that. Well done, lads. Well done indeed. That's very impressive. But of course they are promising quite a lot as well, including a VR experience built from the ground up, as well as a desktop counterpart, including, I should say, non-VR desktop counterpart with its own specific desktop style class. That's all they mentioned, but, as anyone knows with games that aren't even in development yet and just brainstorming, a lot of this stuff could be shaved off in terms of time, monetary, production value, and of course just bollocks. However, I still am holding out hope. Yeah, because, well, it sounds great. It also, the gameplay, then I do mean the fighting mechanics, is what they say are Beat Saber inspired. And those of you who have played Beat Saber knows that that's very exciting. This is a typical VR MMO. Typical MMO. There's not many typical VR MMOs, are there? And in that meaning that, you can build, craft, survive, explore, forge alliances, join a guild, maybe go fishing. Participate in epic raids and world events, of course, stuff like that. Blaze your own path, and like I said, more than likely just spend half your day fishing. But it does sound exciting. It does sound great. They have gone a long way. And honestly, I just have to note that the minimum tier bid was $25. The maximum was $9,999, of which someone pledged. There's only 4 out of 5 left for that bundle, which means someone laid down $10K for this baby. So that is an awful lot of confidence, an awful lot of swagger as well. And if you read some of the bonuses that they get from that, well, they're going to get a lot in return. If, and I do mean if, keyword, this game does come to fruition. As many of you have known, there are some Kickstarter projects that have never even, happened. A lot of people angry, getting their refunds, taking people to court. It's just a bloody mess. So we will see how this goes. For those of you who want more information, you can check it out at kickstarter.com/projects/Zenith MMO. And there you have it, all in a twistly little bit nutshell of holy greatness. If it ever comes out. You know, it just feels like I have a lot more for these, but maybe I'm just going through them faster than I should. Honestly, I don't know. Yeah. Also, I'm getting older, so I don't remember much anymore anyway. Boom, chicken. And now for some interesting news. And this news article comes to you courtesy of PEGI. Thank you very much, PEGI Sue. Basically, what this is about is Rockstar and Team Bondi's decisive detective hit title, LA Noire, has a small, sort of abridged version that hit the VR headsets on PC in 2017. And now, LA Noire, the VR case files, has been leaked as being rated by the PEGI board in the UK for 18 and up, which honestly does warrant a response from Rockstar, who has been mum on the word, but this does make more likely of an announcement to happen, and hopefully, if this is true, we will see a PSVR release before the end of the year on 2019. That makes a lot of people happy, including us. And for those of you who have seen any videos or trailers on the, especially gameplay, on the game before, you would just see a lot of people drawing, you know, boobies and micro penises all over their notepad. I can't wait, honestly. I can't wait. I can't wait to draw me some boobies. Anyway, sorry. Again, there has been no official confirmation, and this does make, you know, the port to the PS4 even more likely, as seeing how it's been officially rated. This would certainly make a worthy addition to the lineup, because as you know, No Man's Sky, which is making major headlines, has just gotten a VR update. There is the Iron Man VR, which is going to be a PSVR exclusive, at least on launch. There's been no word there, but that's my interpretation slash guess, I guess I could say, you know. And there's basically actually, you know what we should do? For those of you who have no idea what in the bloody hell I'm talking about, LA Noire is a awesome sort of detective game that is Rockstar and what, Team Bondi? Bandai? No, it's Bondi. Sorry, didn't mean to mess with you there. And it's sort of an abridged version of the normal LA Noire. You know, some of the best picked titles, or not titles, but missions that were put into the VR landscape. And it's very well done. It's gotten some high remarks. In fact, I think the minimalist review has gotten as 8 out of 10. And it's just gotten stellar marks everywhere else. And also, looks like HTC says that Rockstar is not done with VR, so who knows, maybe Red Dead 2? You know, they did come out with the first-person mode, and a lot of modders have been making GTA, and of course some of the modders have done Red Dead, but what if there's an official Red Dead VR mod? That would be redonkulous, and very cool at the same time. But like I said, we will see. We'll see what's going to happen. However, this has happened, and we know that a response in one way, shape, or form is going to come from Rockstar here very soon. So, as we are informed, you will be informed probably a few days later. Oodalolly, golly, what a day. And we're here with some more FoFA news, and the next news article, as we discussed before, is about Project Cars 2. Now, if you are a VR fan, and definitely a racing simulator fan, but you may not have the PC requirements, or PC or VR for the PC, or, you know, C, all the above, yeah, you might want to check out your local arcade here soon, because as announced, Project Cars 2 is coming to VR arcades. That's not the first time I've messed that up, actually, with VR synthesis. Now, for those of you who may not know, VR synthesis is VR synthesis is sort of a game launcher that basically allows you to have unparalleled controls and experience. Basically, you can access or switch games without interrupting your current gameplay. That's a lot of fail in, just one article. Anyway, we can also watch introductory videos about each game before selecting or launching the game. There's unlimited game categories as well as parental controls, although I don't know why you might need that for Project Cars. There's also sort of things like, session time caps. You can call for help, and there's also much, much more. In fact, some of the specific features listed, I want to say on their website, is pause the games and continue. That's a new feature for video games. You can save your progress for later. Wait, why is this so great again? Let's see. You can call for help. There's tutorials. There are previews. And voice interaction with... Okay, alright. I would like to call out bollocks on this whole thing because none of this is new to the video game world. And even people saying it's new to VR should be shot. I'm sorry. Again, I'm just delivering and reporting the news. I'm not creating it, so... Actually, hey, now you see what I'm doing. I'm bringing to light some of this stuff because what the hell? Why are people making big business out of things that have been around since, like, Xbox One and PS2 online gameplay? I know VR is coming back. It's not exactly new. But none of these features are brand spanking new. Maybe they're new to like arcades, but believe it or not, there's been online arcades for a long time now. Sure, maybe not with the ability to pause and then reload, but they're all ones that have been able to allow you to save your progress. There are online ones as well. So this. Anyway. We're just going to focus now, as I've called out the bollocks on the synthesis stuff, on the Project Cars title. So, as you know, Slightly Mad Studios is bringing the B2B version of its popular racing series, Project Cars Pro, to location-based VR installments through Synthesis VR. That's right, so if you remember my last cast about The Void, you might see this here, there, soon. So get your racing mitts on and your lead foot ready. You can then compete against people across the world for the highest time, bragging rights, and absolutely no women at all because they're all digital. Anyway, let me see. Through this Synthesis VR stuff, you can set up LAN multiplayer games. You can also manage sessions by laps, races, or time, and incorporate motion seat platforms and racing wheels. The Pro features a huge number of cars and tracks seen throughout the series. It's traditionally been used for more enterprise applications. For example, last year, Slightly Mad used the platform paired with Star VR to introduce the new Porsche 911 Carrera debut at the LA Auto Show. That's actually kind of cool there. Anyway, Synthesis VR, meanwhile, offers a location... Yeah, that's right. I know I said we stopped, but this is full of fail. Synthesis VR, meanwhile, offers location-based entertainment operation packages for its VR arcades that it is partnered with. Not all, obviously. Basically, it gives operators a chance to control the experience as seen in VR. Also, existing partners include the very well-received and one of my favorite titles, Arizona Sunshine. Vertigo Games developer has been using this for a while now, and they swear by its success. There's also a standard plan that starts at roughly 25, that's 25 American. Through the company also just announced the release of a free version. We will see what's happening there. So there's basically most of the news right there. You can play Project Cars now in VR in arcades if you can't handle it at home. That's well done. Since, to be honest, not all people are there. In fact, not many people even subscribed or believe that the VR will be a thing. And to them I say, pity you. Anyway, oh, sorry. On PC, the series supports Rift, Vive, and Index. Sadly, the PS4 versions of the game never got PSVR support. And we're seeing that a lot lately. But also, ironically, we're also seeing some PSVR exclusives and now ports of highly well-received PC VR titles. So, they are gaining ground, they are gaining a foothold. Well done, PlayStation there. Let's hope you keep this up. And on a side note, not related to Project Cars, but related to non-PC, PSVR, excuse me, fail. they did announce the PS5 will have backwards compatibility with the current gen PSVR, which of course makes everyone, including us, believe that there will be a PSVR version 2 on the way. While we don't see that happening at or near launch, we do see it happening in the future, and that makes the future very bright for us console players. Me, I play on everything, including your mum. Hi! We will continue the news as it unfolds. FoFA news, baby. Oh, man. Hey, you just witnessed my superpower. As you can see, everyone around me is completely frozen still, and they will do that until I speak the magic words again. Yeah, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Anyway, we're here to talk about TimeStall. TimeStall, which is brand new and recently had a review I've talked about before. Also, I'm bringing light to this because I am a big, slow motion gameplay fan, and Max Payne is one of my all-time top faves. And if they ever came out with a Max Payne VR, I would just die and go to I would be in heaven, I'm sure, because it could only come out in heaven. So please come out so I know I'm in heaven for damn. Anyway, okay, so TimeStall review, which has been physics fun for the Oculus Quest, as the article so supposedly calls it. It basically offers unique puzzles in the form of saving or altering the environment. Yeah. With basically the chances and hoping of preventing disaster aboard a spaceship. Also, it does offer both teleportation and free movement, locomotion. Each level takes place in relatively small areas that you could actually navigate by physically walking around them too. So if you have a Quest, well done to you. And if you're playing on anything else other than the Quest, honestly, I don't know if it's out for anything else other than the Quest. That's right. That's how prepared we are. Full of fail, baby. It's in the name. Basically what the article was saying is they would just start. That is someone desperately trying for attention outside my window with a very loud engine, even though they are in between two stop signs, like not even 50 yards apart. Idiots. And they will wear their brakes down. Anyway, we're going to talk about TimeStall, which is basically a puzzle game, as they're even calling it. There's a certain degree of brain teasing in each of the 8 levels, but the solution is almost always to push incoming projectiles out of the way. And with that, the coin has officially been termed the pushing game. And no, we're not joking on this. In fact, it's actually been called a pushing game on some threads and forums. You can find them out yourself. Just Google the pushing game. You might actually be surprised. So, there's actually kind of a lot to like in this brief interstellar tale of catastrophe, even if relatively little of it is concerned with the main objectives, much like Skyrim. It's basically set aboard a crowd-funded space cruise ship that you slow time down in order to save your robotic captain and crewmates whenever disaster strikes, which is relatively a lot for supposed advanced AI technology, which is supposed to surpass the ingenuity and intellectual capacity of us humans. Obviously, I am nothing to compare at. I am 1 in a zillion. Since we haven't even reached that number yet, the world has some catching up to do before it reaches this level of fail. So, Force Field is a developer, and they're basically eager to push the wall. Sorry, pushing game, wall push. Anyway, the TimeStall's physics are a delight to tinker with. As time slows, falling objects obviously slow to a crawl, and you're free to simply pluck them out of the air. You'll often be able to use this mechanic in multiple ways to achieve your objective. In the first level, for example, there's basically a line of cardboard boxes to push some falling debris out of the way. If you replay the same level, you can realize that you can just always, throw other objects literally in front. Like, it's basically fun with physics. Let's just say that. And if you know what physics are, well, you already have a leg up on the competition, because there are quite a few people right now who are Googling physics. And yet TimeStall remains, you know, kind of pleasingly likable. But the problem is like it's very short. In fact, so what we're saying is some of the downsides that the level design really necessitates heavy intervention. There is a very short campaign, and most of the solutions are just wash, rinse, repeat, and literally the same thing you have to do, which is just get something out of the way that's going to kill one thing or another. Well, okay. Um, I'm not going to throw stones because for a price tag of only 15.99, you can't be expecting, like a 12, 10, 8, even 4 hour campaign. 4, really? Come on. For any of you people who might want to try it, go out and try it. It's now available on Oculus Quest and only Oculus Quest. Now, looks like everyone still around me is frozen, so I need to go get me some beer so I can belch to get everyone out of this time stop loop. As we roll right along with our FoFA news update, we're about to hit the juicy tidbits, and this is of course including, continuing our No Man's Sky saga. As you all know, the No Man's Sky VR has update, because it's not a new title, recently dropped, and there are performance issues across the board, no matter what platform you are playing on. While we did some looking around, it seems like the PSVR users are saying that they of course suffer from a downgrade in graphics, at least compared to the PC. And that is no surprise to me. Tiddly-dee. However, PC users are saying that there is a severe performance degradation, as most people are only able to top out at a cool 80 frames per second, no matter what they are running on, from the 890 Ti, even the RTX 2070 or RTX 2080. In fact, there has been a discussion on the Valve Index subreddit where multiple users are reporting performance problems with even the flagship 2080 Ti. The Oculus subreddit users are, of course, complaining about the same issue, while Windows mixed reality users are just, bollocks. It wasn't meant to run with it, but, there is a way to get games to run in compatibility mode, and if you're doing that and you're playing a game on a platform not listed or supported and you're complaining about it, well, you done won the award for fail, and we know fail, so we'll send it to you in the mail. I have no idea why I'm such on a rhyming rampage today, but it's great. And there has been a response from Hello Games saying that a new build has been sent to experimental branch on PC with fixes for a number of issues. But in case you don't know, for people who are not, VR inclined, unlike gaming on a monitor, even dropping in like 1 frame rate in the virtual reality can be a jarring experience because it means you're no longer getting the correct image for your head's position in the virtual world. This can create a lot of issues, including hurling on your floor. It's not fun. And while the VR platform runtimes include features such as asynchronous space swap and motion smoothing to help compensate for this, there is no substitute from having a monster rig, i.e. Good CPU, GPU, and RAM to help draw frames at a consistently high rate. However, again, as we just mentioned, no matter what some of these rigs people are using, they are still suffering from a severe drop in frames. I should say a limited amount of frames. That's not good, but it runs, right? They kept the promise, it's out. And no offense to Hello Games, but we have seen where, they've fell a little short on some of the things they promised before. Yeah. So if you're playing on PSVR, well, you might have a smoother experience, but with, downgraded graphics. And if you're playing on PC, things might look a bit more shiny, but you're capped at about maybe 80 frames per second, no matter what you're using. Actually, there was a recommended setting, I forgot where and who, but there is a post. I'm sure you can Google it or Reddit it. And a lot of things are basically on standard and enhanced. Don't go past this. Don't go high. Don't go ultra, no matter what your settings are, or you will not have a fun time. Yeah, surprising and not surprising at the same time. And one of the last articles today we're going to talk about has to come from Dexmo. Dexmo has created some rather, and I want to say the word small, haptic force feedback VR gloves that are wireless as well. And this is a journey that started back in 2014. And as a matter of fact, they've come a very long way. Dexter Robotics originally envisioned building a consumer force feedback VR glove, but has in recent years pivoted towards the enterprise market. The CEO actually says the company is still very intent on delivering a more refined and affordable consumer product in the future, but for now it's only, I should say, exclusively opened to enterprise customers. And this is also on a case-by-case basis and hasn't publicly disclosed the price. The latest version of gloves are apparently in production and surprisingly sleek. Well, actually, you know what? When compared, I suppose, to the haptics gloves, which was developed by another personality, IP, brand, whatever. Yes, they're small compared to that, but still, I mean, and again, I don't want to, cast too much on it in terms of negativity, because this is the start. You always have to start somewhere. And I do have to say, after looking at some of the videos, it looks like you actually have relatively little in the way of the bottom of your hand. The outer back of your hand looks like you might have a little exoskeleton going on, but meh, I've seen worse. Alrighty then, and we are here with the last bit of news for this FoFA news update, and it comes courtesy of Oculus. However, it might not be, the news you're looking for, and in that sense, I mean, might not be good news at all. So for those of you who don't know, in case you're not on, obviously, the Oculus, you might not know about Nate Mitchell. Nate Mitchell was one of the godfathers of VR, and by that I also mean one of the founding fathers of Oculus, and he has just recently announced that he is leaving. For those of you that remember, Oculus was a little gym that was born to us in the year of 2012 and has been a powerhouse ever since, and a main foothold namesake, I want to say, in the VR world. Now, he did say that he is leaving to travel, be with his family, and specifically calling out recharge. Maybe he's being drained, maybe he finds the atmosphere there draining, or dealing with Facebook, because as you all know, it was acquired by Facebook in 2014. Also, Mitchell's departure also follows Jack McCauley, who left in 2015. Palmer Luckey, I want to say, I butcher people's names, I admit that. He left in 2017, reportedly pushed out for his political views and supporting Trump. Let me see, Brendan Irib, I hope I got that right, who left in 2018, reportedly due to a disagreement over the future and the direction of Oculus. And let's not forget Michael Antonov, who also left in May this year, 2019. So there you have it. All the brilliant minds who literally birthed this into existence have said, no, I quit, I cannot do this anymore. And it all might have to do with Facebook, I can't say for certain, and I'm not trying to, cast shade on anyone, but, I mean, you have to put the pieces together. Also, this is more of a discussion point, definitely some news, but I'd like to also, try to get people's minds talking. Also discuss with your friends. Who knows, maybe more will, come to light in this. We might see the Oculus actually do better with them leave, or do worse. I mean, it's a two-way street depending on how your cards are dealt, and definitely how you play them, more importantly. Also, on a somber note, from my heartfelt heartstrings to you all, I would like to apologize, as this video was supposed to be completed and out to you days ago. However, I started a new job recently and have come home rather tired and sort of uninspired. I don't mind sitting in front of this wonderful device and talking to the inter-2B-net web thingies. I've just been rattling and battling, I should say, more with a few personal issues and some things on the side. Those I'd rather not get into. Also, as we literally every day live up to our namesake and our namestay, I completely failed. As I was doing some upkeep on some of the files that I have for this program, I completely obliterated, and by that I mean deleted, the options settings for everything I have done. The fine-tuning, the tweaking, the rigging, all to bring this beautiful bastard you see before you to life. And then I go and toss it into the bin, and I guess I then deleted everything because I just thought it was old crap files. Not realizing that how I named the options file actually brought it to a different position. So when I went and tried to load up this application and load everything, it was gone. So I also had to spend a couple days trying to get it back, and as you can tell probably from the last two videos, it's bollocks. So I apologize for that. Alright, well, I would like to thank you all from the bottom of our twisted black little heart, and we will have another vid coming to you here shortly to make up for this one, and hopefully looking better than I look now, because also, still yes, planning a giveaway, but that has been put on the back burner until I can fix this ugly mug. And surgery hasn't helped, but let's see if some hardcore programming can. And by that I just mean adjusting a bunch of sliders. Nah, we're smart. So thank you all. Please subscribe, like, share, discuss, wear deodorant, all that good stuff. Again, talks amongst yourselves. Please, who knows, maybe I'd like to make this my part-time job. Maybe start up that subscription service for my IRL videos I've been working hard on, and maybe get that magical Patreon thing down that I've talked so much about. I think like only twice. But yeah. Anyway, love you all. Power to the people.